Yeah, from Kentucky to the world, it's the season of the scale. Creole butterfly, spread them wings, girl. Yeah, yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, the stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her veins. Creole fire running through her name. She walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fields to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Yeah. So spread your wings, let your soul be free. Yeah. Dr.Creole butterfly. Eternally. Libra queen. Forever strong. Kentucky vibe. Where you belong.
Yes. It's the one and only. Look, I took it from Shaker. Hey, everybody, this is your girl, Creole Butterfly, Libra Butterfly, Coco 929, coming to you from the great state of Kentucky, where the women are beautiful and the horses are fast. The horses are beautiful and women are fast. It just depends on what you like. I want to say happy birthday, happy Kinseyada, happy bar mitzvah, happy anniversary to Lottie Dottie and every darn body under the sound of my voice, okay? You know I'm the Oprah, the what? Mwah, smooches. So you get a smooch, everybody gets a dang buzz to smooch. It is happy Thursday, y'all. What's up, JB? We are in the wake right now of what is to be a winter storm, y'all. So keep the northeast and part of the southeast, okay, in your prayers because yeah, even in my area, they said we can get up to eight inches of snow. So yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all, especially for those of us who gotta get out of here. Okay. So yeah. Anyway, what is that over there? Hold on, y'all. Let me get right here. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to come on real quick and have a discussion. It was something I saw today. I don't know if I would be flagged for playing the broadcast of the person, so I'm just gonna talk about it, okay? I might can pull it up on my phone real quick, but it's a conversation that I feel needs to be had. We're not gonna spend all day on it, but I might do a part two and a part three. I would love for my daughter to come on here one day. One of my daughters. Uh, Hold on, y'all. And I just want to be able to talk to her uh, about this subject right here. Okay, so give me one moment to pull this up. Okay, we got it.
The public tends to take conversations that people have and then try to hold it against
Wait a minute, y'all.
like I was seeing people saying, well, Jada was embarrassing that man. Oh, see, I got so many questions now because I have a show called Fact Talk that
Okay,
me
listen.
and Craig sit up and we talk about this stuff, and he says, um, sexuality is instinctive, and some of it is like you're born who you are. Mm-hmm. For sure. Ain't no you learn this shit or whatever. I mean, you may learn. Listen, there are some things you learn. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I knew I wanted to wear a heel, but I learned how to wear a heel after I see my mama tiptoeing in hers. I was like, oh shit, I could do that. Let me see, I could do this, motherfucking you. Right. But I knew I wanted to wear heels. Yeah, yeah. I knew it. So I don't know how to break that down no simpler than that. Like I knew I wanted to wear heels, but I learned how to walk in it when I seen my mama. Yeah. I knew I liked lipstick, but I learned how to put it on because I seen my mama. Because I ain't never seen my mama.
Wait a minute, hold on. Let me get to the beginning because this brought up the conversation today.
Then we found out that August Alcina, honey.
Hold on, let me turn this over.
We said shit. We did.
It's not Let Me Be Great.
But it was just flames.
Okay, here we go.
And I just remember staring at her and not understanding why I was. Did you know her queer?
This right here. This is right here.
How did that happen?
Hold on. This right here is what brought this conversation on today with me and my daughter. This right here. This is the lady that was in Colors. Remember, I showed you all that film to where she walked on in the hotel room and her husband was in there with his best friend, in the shower. They had just had sex and everything. This is her. Her name is Aunjanue Elise-Taylor. Let's go.
Ask the Lord. I had nothing to do with that. How that happened? I had nothing to do with that. You just got up and you knew. You know, I was like looking at this woman on the bus when I was like in the second grade. Her name is Caroline Varnado. She listens. She knows now. You know her name, but first and last name? Yes. Caroline. Hello, if you're out there. I just saw her at the Jackson State game a few weeks ago. I looked at her and she had this she had smoke for hair. I don't know how it was just like red hair, but it was just flames for hair. And I just remember staring at her and not understanding why I was staring at her like that. You know what I'm saying? And never looking at anybody else like that. You know, I was a kid. Was that your first crush? Yes, absolutely. Oh, see, I got so many questions.
Okay, so that's what brought this conversation up for everybody who is wondering why am I talking about this, because I am proud to say that I love all my children, okay? And the one child that I have that is living out loud and proud is my baby girl. And so today, after I heard, that's the only parts that I heard today of that show. After I heard that today, it made me call her. I had already talked to her today and everything. She wanted my recipe to a dessert, so I was giving her the recipe and everything. And so I called her back and I was like, "Let me ask you a question." I said, she's like, "Oh man," because when I say that, it gets deep. I said, "No, this is one that really pertains to you, and I'm interested in knowing." She said, "Okay." I said, "Okay, so how early did you think was there a difference?" I said, "I don't really know how to ask this question. So did you know you were gay? How early did you know you were gay?" She didn't even let me finish. My daughter told me first grade. My daughter told me she didn't know the name of it, but first grade, she knew that she liked girls. She said, "Mama," and she took me back. I said, "Oh, y'all, I am being so open and honest right now. I am being so naked and unashamed." And this is to parents. Okay. So she took me back she said, "Mama, do you remember me coming home and telling you the Katy Perry song, I Kissed the Girl and I Liked It. She said, you remember that? And you told me, girl, no, you didn't. Stop saying that. I mean, don't say it like that. You don't like no girl. And y'all, I remember saying that. Well, what was so funny, she never forgot that. She remembered where we was living at and everything. And when she said it to me again, it brought back the whole time in that day when my daughter actually came home and told me that. I remember that whole conversation. And it shocked me that she knew something was different for her as early as the first grade. That at the first grade, she knew she liked a girl. And of course, she didn't know about sex, but she knew that she was more attached to liking a girl than she would ever do. And like I told her, I said, you know, I was the first person to holler. There is no way that a child know when they like the same sex. Ain't no way. I said, I've said that to a whole lot of people. It's no way. They don't know what that is. No, it ain't no way, honey. Everybody go through these little stages and stuff. I said, and here my own daughter has blew my shana out the water and have told me, Mama, in the first grade, I knew I was gay. Wow. Wow, y'all. Wow. Because like I told her, I said, you know, us as parents, I said, this is what I want to say to you all who have gay kids and you can't talk to your kids right now, or you're still stuck. Because see, me, I have an obligation as a pastor, a preacher, a minister, a child of God. Not that my daughter's not, because she's saved. She loved the Lord. She got her own relationship with God, and she can get a prayer through. Quit playing with her, okay? But it's a difference in when you have been the person God sets to set the house, sort of say. And like I told her, you knew, and to some of y'all who still have a problem with your parents, you've came out to your parents and you've told your parents, and it's like they, you know, they really like, they don't know how to take it and everything. Just know this. You've had however many years to deal with this and to know that you like the same gender. This is new to us. You got to give us grace. Okay? You got to give us grace. You got to understand it just does not come overnight for us. It's new to us. It's like a semi that done bust through the window and you still sitting here like, the semi's in my living room. Oh my God. Like it's the newness of it all. It's the of it all. You got to give your parents grace. Parents, your children are not asking you to accept it. They're asking you not to change your love for them. A lot of you all have stopped loving your children because they're different than what you set up for them. Like their life is different from how you saw it. And I love the relationship me and my daughter have now. For a while, it was rocky. And I think it was rocky because of this situation. Okay. But I love the relationship we have because we are so open, and she's a little miniature me, and I'm straight up no chaser. I'm very direct. Okay. So just imagine what I give out, I get back through her. Pray for me. So like, I don't know. I'm learning. I love to learn. I'm learning this lifestyle. I'm learning it. And to see her prosper and to see her be who she is and unapologetically who she is, I love it. I love it. And to see her love me because I want to know more. I'm asking her questions that I would know, you know, a long time ago I wouldn't ask, I wouldn't want to hear. Now it's like, Mama really wants to know me. Mama really wants me. What's up, room shaker shaker? Mama really wants to know me. Mama really wants to know who I am, and everything. And I love her girlfriend. I do. I love her girlfriend. I call her my baby. She's my other baby. Like my son's girlfriend is my plus one. Okay, she's just my extra baby. Okay, and everything. And I don't know, the relationship me and my baby girl has now. I wouldn't change it for nothing in the world. It's a dual respect. I respect her, she respects me, not only as her mother, but as a woman. And I respect her not only as my daughter, but as a woman. Because, it's just some things are hard, y'all. Some things are hard. Now, my deceased daughter, she was same gender loving as well. She after she broke up with her son's father, they, came together to co-parent, did a great job. Both of them did a great job. They got along. That would always be his love. And she said if she would ever love a man, that would always be the one that she loved. And after that, she started dating women, and everything. And because can I be straight up and honest with y'all? I used to look at people who had more than one gay person in their immediate family as being cursed. I'm like, what curse? That's a curse. How they have two people? How they got two daughters that's gay? How they have two sons that's gay? I really did. I used to look at them as the family being cursed, you know? Uh, and it comes from a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of wrong teachings. I still stand on what I stand on, my principles when it comes to biblical things. However, I understand that in some points there's some gray areas too. I do. So, like I said, I really wanted to know when my daughter knew that she was different. That she didn't like boys. That a girl was no longer just a friend, but she wanted something different. And when she told me first grade, it blew my shine. It made them kinks on the back of my neck just straighten on out, baby. It made my lace front lift, and I ain't got on one. I'm just saying, okay? It did all the things of the things. So I appreciate her being so open and honest with me about that. And all I'm gonna say is, like I said, if you got a child that is battling, okay, be understanding, be as understanding as possible. And I'm gonna say to the child, give your parents grace. We don't always get it the first time. Nobody does. There is really no, you know, what's that, draw by numbers, how you used to do it in school. One goes to two, and then two have to go all the way over to four to make a picture and all that. There's none of that. You really have to, and in this day where it's so easy to hate, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna try to love people even the more, you know, uh, and everything. So, um, what's up today, forever boo smooches? So yeah, so I just wanted to have this conversation. I swear, to all the parents who have gay kids, love your children. They got enough hate outside of here. Love your children. Love your children. I remember hearing my daughter tell me after she got grown, she was 18 and she's, she had graduated and everything. She was 18 and I was somewhere having a family dinner or something. And she was like, oh, I hated that. Because we pulled up these pictures of her graduating from middle school, going into high school. And we had her in a nice little cute dress with some little cute little kitten heels, made for a kid, but they were so cute, and her hair was braided up, and she, look, she was a dye baby, okay, just beautiful. And she said, I was miserable the whole day. I hated that day. And I noticed how her smile wasn't reaching her eyes, how when she was smiling, but her eyes wasn't like they would normally be. And she was taking pictures, but you can tell that her smile was forced. And I didn't understand. I'm like, and I remember asking her, what's wrong with you? Why you nothing? Nothing. I'm okay. And I'm like, And my husband was like, yo, something wrong with her. That's not her. Come to find out, she was miserable being in a dress. She told me, she said, oh, mama, that day I was miserable. I hated being in a dress. Oh my God, it bothered me. It's like my flesh was burning. I was like, whoa, whoa. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, and guess how she went to her graduation from high school. And I know y'all gonna get mad about this. I say, what? She was 18 for one. And my husband said, however you wanna go, talking about the clothes wise, he said, however you wanna go to your graduation, you buy them. You got the job, you buy your own clothes. Don't y'all know? She went and got her some slacks, a nice old shirt with a vest, and some Stacy Adams. And my daughter, and with her beautiful hair, that's how she went to graduation. She walked in graduation dressed in some Stacy Adams, some slacks, a nice shirt, and a vest. I got pictures. And she was smiling. She was taking pictures with everybody. She was so happy. It rained the whole day, y'all. I swear, at her graduation, it rained. It was a mist the whole day. The whole day during the graduation ceremony. And they headed outside. Everybody was wet. We had to grab umbrellas. That day, it was so mixed emotions. It was mixed emotions on that day, you know? Um, so yeah, but she was happy. She was very happy. It was a total difference in her graduating from the eighth grade going into the ninth and her graduating period. She was able to dress like she wanted to dress and represent her best self. I couldn't get mad at that. We made an agreement with her. You can buy your own clothes and wear whatever you want as long as it's decent and in order to the graduation. And that's exactly what she did. And she said, I don't want y'all to see it until the day of. She said, the day of, I'm gonna show y'all what I got. But I'm not gonna show y'all until the day of. And when she got dressed and came upstairs, me and my husband's mouth was open like, I said, well, you look nice. She did. She looked nice, you know. Plus, she's a pretty girl. So she looked nice. My husband just said, And that's all he said. My husband just did. He wasn't with it. He was old school. He was a country man. He wasn't with it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. He loved his daughter, but he wasn't with that. He just wasn't. Okay. So I ain't gonna sit up here and make it seem like it's no fairy tale. He just wasn't with it. You know. So, yeah, she was dressed, honey, in her Stacey Adams, her slacks, her shirt, and her vest. And her hair was beautiful because she had more braids in and had it up in a like a puffy ponytail, real long puffy ponytail. Pretty thing you could see, dressed like a dude. And that's how she is. Hey, that's how she represents now. She's a woman, but the way she dressed, she don't put on no dress. She can't stand dresses at all. You'll always see her in some slacks. What's up, sissy? You'll always see her in some slacks. You'll always see her dressed as a dude. Always. But she'll tell you up front, no, I'm a female. This is just how I represent myself. She tell everybody, I'm a woman who like women. That's my baby. And I stand with her 10 toes down. I stand with my baby 10 toes down. So, because she's mine. She's my baby first before she's anything. So, all I want to tell y'all is if you find out that your child is gay and you're having a hard time with it, I understand. No judgment here. But just give yourself some grace and ask your kids to give you some grace. This is new to you. They've known this. They've known that they're gay. This is new to you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, sissy. So, still love them, but just ask them to give you some grace to accept it all because it takes time. And what I love about my daughter, she understood that. When me and her family had that conversation, she said, Mama, I'm not asking you to accept it. I'm just asking you to love me. And I thought I was doing a good job, but she could tell that I was kind of, and when she said that to me, it opened my eyes. And I told her, you know what? You're right. You are absolutely right. And so she told me, I know it's not easy and I understand, but at least you're trying. You're trying to understand who I am. And that makes me want to give you more grace because I was trying to understand, like, everything, all the things of things. And now, we talk about everything. We talk about everything. So, that's my boo bear. That's my girl. Okay. So I love it. I love it. I love it. And uh let me tell y'all what happened though. Tell y'all. Before she was able to tell us who she is, my husband and I, my late husband and I, we went away. We used to do staycations at least once a month. So we was going to a staycation. We had just checked into a hotel. We had already left the number and everything with my oldest son and said, if you need us, call us, blah, blah, blah. Here's the hotel we at. Just in case you can't reach us on the cell phone, they'll ring the hotel room. So my husband had just came back from getting us something to eat before we went out to dinner and did all the things of the things. So we was sitting down. I never forget it. We was eating some KFC. And I just opened up my mashed potatoes. And the phone rung in the hotel room. And I said, oh my goodness, that's whoa. He said, how you know it? It could be. I said, baby, something's wrong. So he got up, he got the phone. He said, hello. It was my son, like I said. My son said, Daddy, we on our way to the emergency room. He said, what? What happened? He said, no, man, we on our way. Call me on the cell phone. I'm getting your mama. Call me on the cell phone. He said, we got to go. I said, okay. So we leaves out the hotel room. We in the car. We headed back to Kentucky. Well, we in Kentucky. We headed to downtown Kentucky. We on the expressway. My son's telling my husband what happened. And now my husband's telling me. So he's like, everybody's here. Granny came. We following the emergency. I mean, we following the EMS and all this and stuff. Okay, so what happened was, as soon I knew something was wrong with my daughter that day. I just couldn't put my finger on it. It was like a gloomy day. It was pretty outside, but parents, y'all know what I mean. And it was something wrong that day. I could just feel it. I just couldn't put my finger on it. So anyway, we on our way down there, and I finds out that my daughter decided that day to take her life. And she took pills to go lay down and take her life. She wanted to just go up out of here. If she couldn't be who she was, she wanted to take her life. Now think about that. Here you think you loving on them and all this and stuff, and they can, because all of my kids know they can come and talk to me about anything, sex, anything. Okay. I wanted to create that to where we could have that conversation. So anyway, instead of, she knew we was leaving and she knew her brother was going to be there to keep an eye on her. And she decided this would be the perfect time because he's going to be wrapped up in his room. Ain't nobody going to pay no attention to me. And I'll be able to just sleep on the way. She planned it very well. What happened was my son, he said something was bothering him. And that was God. That was God. Okay. He said something kept bothering him. Go check on your sister. He said he knocked on the door. And usually she'd be like, man, stop knocking on my door. She say something smart or whatever. Or if she sleeps, she'll go, what? Like that. He knocked on the door. Quiet. He knocked again. Quiet. He said, it didn't set right with him. So he tried to hit it. He's a big dude. My son's a wall. Okay? He's a wall. And it's no exaggeration. He's a wall. Okay. He said he hit the door, it wouldn't come open. So he went and got a knife and did the lock so it can pop. And he went in there. And when he went in there, she was knocked out with a pill bottle beside her. and he kept shaking her. He picked her up and was throwing her over his shoulder, and that's what was getting her like that. It was waking her up, and he was dialing 911 as he did it. And they said they on their way. What did she take? And he said, I don't know, I don't know. And so all of this and stuff. And he called my mama because that's the second in command. When y'all can't reach us, call her. So he called her. She said, I'm on my way. I was around the corner anyway. I'm on my way. So the ambulance came and all this and stuff. They put on the stretcher, took the pill bottle and all this and stuff. And I'm grateful that the pills that she found to take wouldn't have killed her. They was gonna make her very, very sick, but they wouldn't have killed her. So by the time we got there, they had gave her some charcoal so that she could upchuck it and all of that and stuff. And oh y'all, it was After that, we couldn't bring her home with us, which I knew that wasn't gonna happen. Now, usually if you're an adult, they do a 5150 on you and they take you to an adult floor of the hospital where they have to do a mental evaluation on you and all this and stuff. Well, they got the same thing for juveniles. And so she had to go to the juvenile lockdown and everything. She cried because she wanted to come home with us, and they told her no, because you tried to, off yourself. So we can't let you go home because you might try that again. We actually have to make sure you're okay before you go home. And we have to, do an evaluation for your parents and your home, and all this and stuff. And we pledged with flying colors, which, I knew we would. And everything. So that's when she first started going through counseling, and figuring out why she tried to off herself and everything. And come to find out it's because she was gay and didn't know how to tell her parents and if her parents was going to love her or not. So she thought it'd be better if she just killed herself. So that's another reason why I wanted to come on and encourage you parents who got children or grandchildren who may be, or you might have a child that's an adult and done been with a man, I done been with a woman, and they turn around and tell you, hey, I love this man right here. He might be a male himself. I love this man right here. And this is not just my friend. This is my lover. And this is who I want to be with. What you gonna do? I'm glad she understand and you both had that conversation. Not out there. I know. You might have a daughter to say, "Hey, mama, remember my best friend? Hey, girl, yeah, I remember you. Well, we dating now. We in love. What you gonna do?" If you look on my community wall, you'll also see what I posted out there today. Just take a look and comment. When you get a chance, look at my community wall. I think I posted that about 15, 20 minutes ago. Take a look. See how you will deal with that. That means my sister too. I have a sister who's married to a woman. They got married on New Year's Eve. I forget how many years ago. But if what's on my community wall happens, that means that every gay marriage in the United States will be overturned. So please go look at my community wall and comment. Seriously, if you ain't scared, comment. Whether you believe in gay marriage or not, okay? Comment. That's all I wanted to say is comment. Now, biblical wise, I do want to get some more understanding about this. It's unfortunate that a lot of things have been manipulated, okay, long before I got here, and everything. But I'm very careful when I say everybody should be able to love what they want to love, because I do not believe in bestiality. And you can't say, "Oh, come on, we ain't talking." No, you can't say that, because remember, everybody feels like they should be able to love and be with who they want to love and be with. I cannot see you loving your horse so much that you marry your horse and y'all sleep together and have sexual stuff. See, come on. So no, I'm not going to agree to that. Um, but just give each other some grace. What's up, Brad? Hey, boo. That's my boo, baby, y'all. Give each other some grace and everything because same sex, y'all, it's not easy for the person that's in it. Now, my little brother JB, he's something else. When me and him talk, JB is a mess. JB is the most unbothered gay man I ever seen in my life. I am so serious. He's so unbothered about what people think. It just trips me out. What's up? Hey, love. Miss Manny. Hey, boo. Um, he's so unbothered. And I know he's busy right now. He's busy. He's cooking and stuff. But JB is so unbothered. He's like, I just decided, I hope he don't get mad at me saying this. And he said, I'm going to paraphrase. I just decided one day just to tell my family, look, this is what it is. This is who I am, and be done with it. And just, like he's the most unbothered person I ever seen in my life. I'm like, I thought I was so unbothered, but he's very unbothered, y'all. When I tell you, it's like some stuff that he say, I'd be like the pause get up in my throat. Like, look at JB. He said pretty much. Okay. I love me some JB. I swear. And I love talking to him. I really do, because we are earned the shopping's earned. Like, when we talk, it be like some professors talking about the theory of, where the Big Bang Theory came from, and how the hypothesis of this, that. I mean, it just be weird, but good, because we're weird. We realize that we're two weird people, and we bounce off each other. Like, it's weird to y'all, but it be conversation with us. Like, we really be getting into how things have came about, and the history of this, and when this and it be so interesting. It's like I said, we're iron shopping iron. Like, I know some things, he knows some things. I say some things, he say some things. We both go, what? But did you know, blah blah blah? What? And really? When? And so yeah, it's the things of the things, y'all. So like I said, I just wanted to know when my baby girl knew that she was different, that she was gay, and everything. She didn't know a name for it, but she said first grade, and that blew my mind. I love her in spite of, I love her. She's my daughter, and I love her girlfriend, and everything, so it just is what it is. Like I said, she's giving me grace. And now that she's giving me grace, because like I said, my religious beliefs had me in a certain mindset, and it was no, 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 no across the board. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know it. None of that. I just don't. But when she said, Mom, I'm not asking you to accept it. I just want you to love me. When she said that, for some reason, y'all, it opened up my eyes, and it made me say, stop being so judgmental. Just love your daughter. Just love her. Warts and all, because you would want somebody to love you. And I had to apologize to her. I did. I had to tell her, look, some of y'all parents, you need to stop, saying, well, I'm the mother, I'm the father. And no, apologize. Saying that don't make you right when you wrong. Wrong is wrong and right is right. Apologize to your children. You be surprised how that'll set them free. Let me tell you something. My mom, I'm still blessed to have my mom. My mother, just the other day, apologized to me for something that happened when I was a teenager. I didn't know I needed to hear, I'm sorry, I was wrong, from my mama. But when she said, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I just didn't know how back then. I didn't. And, you got the butt end of the stick. It did something for me. And I'm 55. That did something for me. I'm like, wow, it just did something for me. And I told her, I received that apology. Okay, I accept that. And thank you. And let me tell you one of the things that was hard. My mama, my mama never used to say to me, I love you. Oh, y'all want to hear the truth. Y'all want to hear the truth. I'm being honest with y'all. My mama, only time she would say it like this, girl, you know I love you. Like it, like in past, oh yeah, that's my boo. I love my boo. Like that. But just like I would tell my kids all the time, I love y'all. I love you. And let me tell you, because I didn't really hear it from my mom, I heard it from my grandmother, I heard it from my daddy, I heard it from family members. Okay. I really didn't hear it from my mama. I told you I thought my mama hated me, and I asked her last year, 2025, why she hated me growing up. And she was like, you really thought I hated you? Absolutely. She said, no, I didn't hate you. Yeah, I did something for me because I told you I thought my mama hated my guts. Honey, I did. But anyway, she I never heard I love you. Like I tell my and I made it my business that when I have some kids, I'ma overlove them. I'ma let them know that I love them. I'm gonna get on their nerves saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I get on their nerves, trust me. But if you ask my kids, you think yeah, my mama love me. Shoot, yeah. I never wanted them to guess. Let me see. I'll probably have to wait till the last breath for an apology from my mom, but I'll wait for it. You know what? Hey, baby, sometimes you have to be okay without an apology. Seriously. And let me tell you why. You have to release the offense. Not that it didn't offend you, not that it wasn't real, but for you, you got to say, you know what, God? Without her telling me she's sorry and asking me for forgiveness, I forgive her anyway because of you, because of you and what you have for my life. When you release people like it, because I before my mama said it to me, I had to release my mother. That's why I'm telling y'all. When she didn't, baby. But don't you know now, when she first started telling me in 2026, hello, what year we in? When she first started telling me in 2026, every day that she talks to me, I love you. The first two times I was like, who's she talking to? Y'all, I told y'all I'm straight up no chaser. I'm gonna tell you the truth, even if I don't look good in the story. When my mama first started telling me in 2026 that she loved me, especially before she hang up, I love you. First time she said, okay. That was my response. Okay. I sat here and held my cell phone. Like, did she just tell me she loved me? Like, and not in a passing way, but like, really, I love you. Like she did, like around September 2025. We were sitting at the table eating. All the stuff came out, especially when I said, why did you hate me? Blah, blah, blah. And she sat there and looked at me in my eyes and grabbed me by my hands and said, I love you. Don't ever think I hated you. I love you. I just didn't know how to show it. Hey, that was a groundbreaking moment. That was a groundbreaking moment. I'm like, say what? That's awesome. You are her special baby. You know, like when I was being molested and all of that and stuff, I blame my mom for not paying attention to me. Like I had that against her, and I had to release that. I had to forgive her. You know, just like I had to forgive the people who did it, and I had to. But the last person I forgave, y'all ready? Me. For some reason, forgiving myself was so hard. I blamed me. Like it is, I blamed me. I carried it around with me. And when my preacher and my counselor said, have you forgiven yourself? I really couldn't say yes. I have now, because it wasn't my fault. It ain't my fault. Did I do that? It ain't my fault. Anywho, but yeah. So, you gotta forgive yourself. And then let me tell you the stages you go through real quick, okay? Because I don't want to be the dead horse to water. You go through different stages. Let me tell you, if you ever see adults that act like kids, that's because something happened in their life to stunt their growth, okay, emotionally. So you may have a 55-year-old man or woman, and their attributes and how they carry themselves is like a 21-year-old or a 16-year-old, a 30-something-year-old instead of their natural age. It's because they went through something in their life, whatever traumatic situation you go through in your life that you're not supposed to, i.e. molestation, i.e. being touched, i.e. rape, extreme loss in your life. Your emotions stop at that age. So your physical age keeps going, but your emotional age gets stuck. So, like me, I like to talk about me. So I don't want y'all to think I'm talking about y'all. See, I can't get mad at me. Like me, I first started getting touched and stuff at the age of 8. So that's my first age. So then my next age was 13. My next age was 15. So I was like a 21-year-old, still dealing with some things as an 8-year-old. Pouting, sticking my lip out. I know you are, but what am I? I know you are, but what am I? Okay, you see what I'm saying? Things of that nature. It was only when I decided I needed to heal. And I needed to start healing for my baby because I had a child. And I didn't want to be this angry black woman because I was hey, I'm telling you, the old me, Jesus help. Okay, I did not argue. I fought all the time, and I didn't care. My signature line was from 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. Anybody can get it. That was my signature. I didn't care who you was. You can be a man. You can be one. I fought dudes because I had brothers. I fought. My brothers made sure that I could hang with a dude. They didn't take it easy on me. They would swing on me, beat me until I cried. Trust me, I was that sister. And once I start going toe to toe, taking blows to blows, they give me a blow, I give them a blow. They give me a blow, and I wasn't crying, and I wasn't folding up. They's like, she ready now. She ready. They want to make sure some of that stuff never happened to me again. You know. So you got to go back and heal that younger person that's within you, okay? You got to. And I know sometimes it's hard. Let me give you another thing. If one of the people who you're having issues with is deceased, they beyond this world, write them a letter. Be open and honest with them in the letter. Read the letter. If you know where their gravesite is, read the letter at their gravesite if you can. If not, you want to light a candle and read it to them as if they're there. And then burn the letter and be free because you'll get it out of you. Some of y'all still stuck. It's like a bungee cord. You go so far, and it's like as soon as you grab it, I'm at the final, you bounce back. And you go further back than where you intended, where you started from. Cut the cord. Cut the cord. Forgive yourself. Forgive the person. Write your letter. Say how you feel. Be open and honest in that letter so you can get beyond this and go on and become who you need to be and go on and heal those different ages that's still in you that has not been healed. That's why you see some men that act like little boys. You like, aren't they in their 40s? Why they acting like they 13? Because they got stunted. Their growth is stunted emotionally. It's time to heal, y'all, especially with everything that's going on in this world. It is. Thank you. A mother's love. Yes. Y'all, with what's going on in this world, we're going to have to overcome evil with good, and we're going to have to overcome hate with love. So, those that you can love, do love. And start with yourself. Love yourself. Okay? Love yourself. Inside and out. Don't just talk about it, be about it. Truly, when you love yourself, you know how to treat others. When you love yourself, it's some stuff you will not put up with for all the tea in China. Because trust me, I'm a widow and I love me. And like I told this man, I ain't desperate, thirsty, or ugly. So I don't have to just take no anything. My late husband treated me like the queen I thought I was and that I was. Because he was a king. I ain't taking no man that's going to treat me less. If that means I'm going to be around here by myself a little while longer, I like me. I'm okay. He left me okay. Come on now. We ain't desperate over here. I won't be doing nothing to degrade my brand. And my brand is God's brand. I'm God's favorite daughter. I tell y'all that all the time. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't care. It's who I am. So you'll never see me around here sucking on nothing. You'll never see me around here telling some people where to kiss at. It just don't work for me. I ain't knocking nobody else. It just don't work for me. You know, it just don't. So, like I said, I love those that God has connected to me. Because, honey, warts and all, they love me. And I don't put on no earth for nobody. What you see is what you get. It just is. My mama tell me no matter how old I get, I'm still her baby. Okay? And that's what my mama tells me. She's like, you still my baby. I don't care. It just trips me out. Which she's been saying that. Like I said, it's not that I never heard her say, I love you. But it was always in a way like, I love you, girl. I love that girl. Something like that. But it was never just flat-footed, I love you. So when she started saying it, it felt odd. Like, and I had to force myself. Look, because my mom never said it to me in that way, I forced myself, it felt, to tell my children that. I felt it, but for it to come out of my mouth, it was so foreign that I knew I had to say it even more because it didn't feel right. See how that works? It didn't feel right, so I knew it was right. I'm like, I got to keep saying this. And eventually, I couldn't go a day without saying it. And they be like, I know, Mama, I know. Oh. Like, I'd rather for them to say that than say, my mama don't never tell me that. Oh, and another thing, I used to tell, I'm proud of y'all. Oh, I'm proud of you. Good job. Anyway, y'all. I know. But I just wanted to let you know, y'all, if you do have a child that is same gender loving, y'all, be patient. Okay? Be patient. It's really a thin line. You may have rules and regulations, and I get it. Okay? Tell them, right now, that's hard for me to accept. Their lifestyle's kind of hard for me. I'm old school. Give me some grace. Give me a moment. I still love you, but this is hard. Be honest, but still love your child. And children, give your parents grace. Give them time to get used to what you've always known. It's not fair. You've always known that you were same gender loving. This is new to them. So give them some grace. Give them some grace. All things are lawful, but not expedient. That's word. Look it up in the Bible. All things are lawful, but not expedient. Meaning it may be lawful to be one way, either to do something, either to say something, either to have something. It may be lawful, but it doesn't come that quick sometimes. It's just not that fast. All right. Y'all know who I am. This is Creole. What I always tell y'all, no matter what the test, always do your best. Don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, y'all. I love y'all.
From Kentucky to the world, it's the season of the scale. Creole butterfly, spread them wings, girl. Yeah. Born to shine, leave a balance in her soul. Creole roots deep, got that heart of gold. Butterfly in motion, grace when she fly. Every room she step in, stars multiply. Dr.Creole, wisdom with the style. That Kentucky vibe, make the world smile. Energy, crown sitting high. Royal Libra season, can't nobody deny. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight. Glowing like the moon in that southern light. From Kentucky fish to the city dream. She the vibe, she the balance, she the queen supreme. Smooth with the talk, yeah, she calm the storm. Butterfly wings, transformation form. She lifting up hearts with the words she say. A Libra queen guiding us all the way. Hey, Kentucky pride, rhythm in her vein. Creole fire running through her name. When she walk by, the whole crowd sing. Long little queen, let the bell of love ring. Yeah, butterfly, don't you slow it down. Dr.Creole in the royal crown. Balance in the spirit, love in her hand. Libra queen, ruler of the land. Creole butterfly, Libra queen tonight.